Did you know that if you want to play Minecraft and have a vanilla-like experience, you cannot have more than 60 to 80 players on your multiplayer server? Unfortunately, the way Minecraft has been built, it revolves around the main heartbeat or the main thread, as I explained in, I believe, the very first episode in this chapter, so that everything or mostly everything happens there. There's a lot of very shady forks that pretend to fix this problem. Unfortunately, they still suffer from the main issue, and that is the entire map is being ticked. It's being, reloaded and updated on just main thread. And if I open up the task manager that I have right here, you can see that my computer has 12 of those threads, and Minecraft is only utilizing the first one. Now, thankfully, because of a very talented developer or developer team, there is a project called Folia in development, which effectively just splits the heavy load from the main thread into different regions, such that when you have different players, and I believe that one lags, let me fix that, instead of all of them having everything around them, meaning the chunks loading, monsters moving, and all of these heavy operations being ticked all at once, what Folia does, it'll simply tick their region around them. Now, obviously, it's a little bit more complicated than this one, but this is the closest to simple English explanation that I can give you guys. And thanks to this, now it should be theoretically possible to have 300, 500, or maybe even 1,000 players on just a single micro server. Today, I'll be showing you how to compile Folia and how to install it as a Minecraft server as you would with Spigot or Paper. Now, before we go there, please note Folia is in alpha state. It means it's not suitable for production. That is why Paper actually decided not to give you guys access to Folia builds, so we have to build it ourselves from the source code. And this is very important because Paper made this decision so that people won't complain that Folia is buggy, it's not working properly, because it's not supposed to replace the Paper server just yet. It needs a little bit more of that development time. So if you want to test it early, please follow this video. If you want to play around and experiment, also follow this video. But if you were hoping to replace it completely with your Paper server, please note that this is going to be quite difficult at this stage. Maybe 6 months from now, the situation will be completely different. Please refer to the official papermc.io site for that, for most updated info. But today, I'll show you how to do that right now. So let's begin by going into papermc.io website. From the software menu, select Folia, and then visit their GitHub page, which looks like this one. Right here, all I have to do is copy the address of the GitHub, and then I'll open my GitHub client. The reason that I'm going to clone it using the GitHub client is very easy. Each time there is an update to Folia, all I have to do is click this one big fetch origin button and download the changes, and then just recompile it very quickly instead of you having to go to code and download this as a zip. So it will track it automatically. Now, you need to install this app, but it's very lightweight and it doesn't run in the background when you don't use it. So I do recommend you use it, or you simply use an alternative. Right here, what I'm going to do is click this arrow right here, click add and select clone repository, and then I'll go to URL, and then I just place the entire GitHub link. Now, local path is where you want Folia to be installed. There is going to be tens of thousands of files, guys, when you're compiling it, so be careful. We're not going to be deleting this after every install, so this should be somewhere permanent on your computer. For me, that's my desktop, because I'll just, knock it off after this video. Hit clone and wait a minute. Great, we're now done. You can now close off that GitHub desktop, open up Folia right here, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening the console inside this folder. So on Windows, you just have to go to Start, type in Run, or hit Windows key plus R, and then just type CMD right here. On your macOS, just go to Applications, go to Utilities, and open up, I believe, Terminal, and then just type in CD and then paste the address of it. As you can see, I copied this right here. On your macOS, you can just drag and drop, I believe, here, and you can also use the CD key right here. There we go, and now we're operating in this folder. And if this doesn't work for you, just Google how to open command or terminal inside a specific folder. This is generic operating system advice, nothing to do with Folia. You're able to Google it normally. Now, inside right here, what you want to do is read how to do this using Paper instructions, because Folia uses the same build setup. So right here, fork of Paper, you can see that there is a link. We can click that, and now we're going to see another GitHub site right here. And down below is how to compile jar from source. So first of all, you need Java 17 and an internet connection. Hopefully you have the latter. The former you can just get by Googling. So clone this repo. We did that. And then run gradle w apply patches. So that's all that I'm going to do. I'm just going to be using this. However, I'm using Windows, so I'm going to be using the bat file. If you're not using Windows, just use this file. So for Windows, I'll just type in gradle.bat apply patches. Hit enter and let the magic happen. Now, it'll say it failed because you must have Git installed and available. Okay, so we have to go type in Git to Google and download a piece of software, another software called Git. You can get it for macOS and Windows. I'm just going to go download for Windows right here and get the 64 Git for Windows set up. And then we're supposed to install it. Nothing special, except there is a special step that I need you to take. Close your eyes and keep hitting next. There's a lot of bullshit options that I don't care about. None of them needed your attention, and it's going to work as it's supposed to be. Obviously, people in the comments are going to be going crazy because we're going to have a lot of very advanced system admins claiming that I should read it all, but I already did it before I made a cut in this video. So guys, obviously, please, for the love of God, don't complain, just read it yourself. But if you're funky, if you have a good mood today, you can just do what I did. Hit finish, don't open it, and now if I just run the same command again, now it should start executing. It's gonna take a minute or two, have some coffee, go take a piss, and I'll wait for you here. Very good. Now it says build successful, almost 3 minutes, and the entire folder is 700 megabytes and 42,000 files. I don't know what's wrong with it. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you have to go with all of these craziness just to get a file, but I completely understand Paper's reasoning. So that's the first thing, and there is a second step to it. It's a two-step compilation process. The second step is after you run apply patches, we have to create re-obfuscated jar. So basically a server jar which we can run. So we have to type this thing right here after gradle w.bat. Again, on macOS, I believe that you do not have to type .bat, not I believe 100%. And then just hit enter, and let's wait for another 50,000 files to appear. Perfect, now we're done officially. So now we should find the jar file inside build and libs folder. So let me just find it. Build is here, libs is here, and thankfully Folia bundler is right here. Do not do anything, do not touch it, because we have to copy this over to our 1.20 server. So let me just go, and I can just copy 1.20 because I already have it, and place it somewhere here, assuming that you would like to test it locally. Please do before, because the biggest deal breaker is that almost all plugins, if not all, are broken, and they need to have a specific flag called Folia-enabled set to true in their plugin.yml to work on Folia, to be marked as such. Otherwise, there is going to be a lot of issues. And I'll make another video on how to make a plugin for Folia in the next episode. So this is our 1.20 server. I can just go delete the cache and delete the versions because we're going to be creating new ones based on Folia. And then I'll just copy paste the jar right here. And then the launching script, I believe you can just use the same which you're using for Paper. It looks for paperclip. So I just delete it, paste the new one right here, paperclip, rename Folia to paperclip, launch it, and there we go, Folia is now starting. As I mentioned, a lot of these plugins will not work. They need to be explicitly marked to work with Folia, plus a lot of them also need some changes. As you can see, protocol lib is working, and I believe that's all there is to it. Yeah, my tester plugin I already updated, and then Vault I already updated manually by just opening, going into plugin.yml. So that's it, guys. Here's how to test Folia. Now have fun with it. Just make sure to not freak out if things don't work, and also be mindful that a lot of these plugins will need a serious change in their code to work properly. That's it. This video is not to explain how Folia works in depth. This video also does not talk about all the commands. I believe if you type TPS, you'll notice this command has been completely rewritten. You'll find more information on the official docs, to which I'll post the link in the video description. Smash the subscribe button. We have recently crossed 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And I will see you guys next time. I'm going to be teaching you how to actually edit your plugins code to make sure that it loads on Folia in the next episode. See you there.